Hello, guys. I'm going to be talking to you about four events that led us to America or where we are now. Um, yeah. This first one was called the Dark Ages. Was the time when the Black Plague killed everybody. Well, killed lots of people, and it was just a hard time. The Renaissance was a time when art became super popular and people made art. Some people sold the art and sometimes they made art for their leaders. Then there was the Roanoke. The Roanoke was the first English settlement, but was called the Dare Colony because of all the attacks from Indians and food shortages. But then there's Jamestown, which was the first English settlement, but it was the first permanent English settlement, as I forgot to put right there. And it was the first one of the United States. It led to us to the growth because this was the first permanent one, and we could have, after we were from here, we could have explored more upwards into these parts of and get more colonies. Talking about the Dark Ages, there was one push factor there was the Black Plague was a deadly virus, which would keep you away from wherever this Black Plague is. You would not want to be near anybody with a Black Plague. Otherwise, you will practically die because it slowly shuts your body down. Like you get headaches, you get sick, and shuts down your body, and it's just not good stuff. Then there was no really good stuff at this time, and everything was just bad, and nothing was really peaceful, and just not good stuff. And yeah, and I guess there was just no really peaceful stuff. It was peaceful, like the Renaissance. It was a peaceful time. It was more peaceful after the Dark Ages came, and people made art, and it was peaceful, and people wanted to go places to get stuff to make art, but sometimes they were labor induced to make art for their masters. Like they were put in hot rooms to make art for their masters so that they may be able to sell some stuff. But and a lot of people did it for the peace. Then there's the Roanoke. Now there were pushes in this, which was called the Dare, which nobody would want to go there because they were pushing everybody away from when they know there's starvation, which pushed them away. But starvation, all the attacks, but yet again, they pulled us there because we went. If we haven't found that, we would not have gone and looked for this Jamestown, which is where we looked again because we thought, well, if there's this, there has to be more land, which then led us to the founding of Jamestown. Jamestown, like I said, was the first permanent settlement. Permanent settlement. There's two keywords. This one, Roanoke, was the first settlement, but not the first permanent settlement because a lot of people died. And it was good because their water was just perfect level, which pushed them there. So they could just tie their ships to the docks. And if they got attacked and they need to get out, they could just get out, untie the ships, and go. Which was easy to get away. Also, it's close to the water, so they could go and fish if they wanted to. The Indians also could attack you at any time, though, because they lived in the woods, but there's only one place they could attack you, which is another push factor, which is so good about Jamestown, which is why I love studying about Jamestown, is because there's so many good things about it that the Indians, and they could just get out easily, they could fish for food, but they just had enough soil to feed their families inside their walls, which, if I go back a little bit, as you can see here, their base was triangle. And what that happened was I wasn't like this, or there was woods over here and woods over here. It was more like turned where this side was right here and this side was right here, turned to the water. It was just left with this side against all this woods here. And see, their boats could just be tied to this little land right here, which is amazing because, they can just like untie them and leave and come back to era, but this was before this, so they could be, you know, and all of this has to do like pushes and pulls is like this year was pulling us to that place back again, which led us to America again because it was just like a little bit, And this also helped because this was a peaceful time and it was art and it just gave some people sometimes ideas and it just was peaceful. But this pulled us away because it made us want to go farther away, and it just and I think that all these what are helped our growth and discovery of America. I hope this presentation helps you guys out. I hope that this was a help for you and it was help for me to understand some pushes and pulls of how there was more, but I wanted to do 4 for you so it wasn't too long, too short, and I hope you guys really enjoyed that presentation. I enjoyed talking about it. That was fun. You guys should try researching about the early growth. And see you later. Bye.